Donald Trump doesn't know what's going on at any given point, at any point in the world. He doesn't know what's happening overseas, what's happening domestically, what's happening in his own office. And that is a massive indicator that this man is suffering from far more serious cognitive decline than even the mental health experts had been warning us about before the election. There was a great article that came out late last week from the New Civil Rights Movement. The author's name is David Badash, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. If not, my apologies. But he pointed out several instances from just this last week where Donald Trump was asked questions from reporters and he either didn't know what the hell the reporter was talking about or completely made up an alternative reality to answer the question, both of which show that he is not only grossly out of touch, but possibly dangerously incapacitated. The first one happened when Trump was asked, days after it had been revealed that American servicemen were missing in Lithuania, right? Okay, members of the U.S. military, poof, gone. We don't know where the hell they are. Donald Trump was asked, have you been briefed about the soldiers in Lithuania who are missing? And Trump says, no, I haven't. Now, this was well over a day after it had been reported that these soldiers were missing. So over a day after, like, this was common knowledge and like, hey, do you know anything about this? It's like, I don't know. We got soldiers in Lithuania. Oh, good luck. He didn't know. He didn't know that was a thing. And then at a separate point last week, when a reporter asked about Signalgate and Pete Hegseth's involvement, because he was the guy on the text sending the stuff, here is how Donald Trump responded to that. He goes, Hegseth is doing a great job. He had nothing to do with this. Hegseth, how do you bring Hegseth into it? He had nothing to do with it. Look, it's all a witch hunt. Hegseth had nothing to do with it. He's the guy texting the plans in the group chat. He didn't add Jeffrey Goldberg, but he was texting the plans, and Trump is like, what are you talking about Hegseth? He wasn't even on there. So he's either creating an alternative reality to lie to people, or more likely, he genuinely doesn't even know what actually happened. This is what former Biden White House speechwriter Dan Clouchet said. This is stronger evidence of cognitive decline than anything Joe Biden has ever said in his life ever. Something tells me the press will breeze right past it. And of course, on Monday, Trump told reporters this past Monday, he's like, I don't know anything about the Signal story. That was 2.5 hours after the news had broke. It was everywhere on every media outlet. And he said, I don't know anything about it. And this is a guy that watches TV 24/7. So as soon as the story broke, somebody in his administration had to have gone to him immediately and told him what happened. Like, I 100% believe that happened. So either he's lying to reporters, like, I don't know anything about it, or he genuinely already forgot. Now, I don't know if you have ever dealt with a relative, a friend, family member, maybe as a caretaker, I don't know, somebody that has gone through either dementia or Alzheimer's. And you feed them, right? You give them breakfast. An hour later, they're like, why haven't I had breakfast yet? Well, why is nobody gonna get me food? Or you'll find them in the kitchen making themselves breakfast because they'll tell you, I have not eaten today. When you know dang well, you just gave them breakfast an hour ago. And I speak, from personal experience with my grandmother. So that kind of seems like what happened with Trump. There's no way his administration did not brief him on what happened, and there's no way he didn't see it on TV because he watches TV 24/7. So either he's lying that he didn't know about it, or he was having one of those dementia moments where he genuinely didn't remember hearing about it. And this is happening more and more frequently. There are no fewer than 4 instances of it happening last week alone. I only gave you 2. This man's brain is worse than Joe Biden. And yes, Joe Biden did have issues. Let's not pretend that he didn't. He clearly did. But for the first, 2 years of the administration, Biden was sharp as a tack. Started slowing down in year 3, and then, year 4, when the debate came around, that was the end. Trump's already at that point, though. And we got 4 years basically left. 4 years minus 2 months at this point. What is his brain going to be like if it's already deteriorated this much after two plus months? By June and July of this summer, he may not be able to form sentences based on this progression. By this time next year, he may just be a drooling lump of lard sitting at the Resolute desk, unable to do anything. And I'm not just saying that to be humorous here. I'm telling you, the deterioration that we are seeing is far beyond anything we saw with Joe Biden. And part of the thing, too, just like with Biden, is that there's good times and there's bad times. Donald Trump can still go out there and actually give a speech and be fine. And then there's other times when Donald Trump will go out there and be like, I love Tesla. The speech impediment thing is also a part of those mental issues. It's all there, crystal clear, right? And Cliche is correct. Like, the media is going to breeze past this. Nobody's going to care. Nobody's going to talk about it. But this has to be discussed. If Biden were doing any of these things, if Biden was ever asked a question, was like, I don't know, there's your front page headline for the next 2 weeks. This man is incompetent. He's incapacitated. He cannot do the job. Trump's doing it almost every day. And when he's not having these senior moments, we'll call them, he's proposing the most insane ideas that would typically get somebody put in a padded cell. There's something wrong with him. And it's time that the media started talking about that at least once a week. But it probably needs to be every day. Did you know that you might be missing out on wonderful content from me? I mean, you're here already because clearly you like what you see. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the video, share them with your friends and family, but also follow me across the rest of the social media world. And it's not that hard to do. Whether it's X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, on every one of those platforms, you can find me at the username @FarronBalanced. Simple enough, right? So get on it. And if you don't feel like going to each one of those outlets individually, lucky for you, we have links in the description of this video to take you right to my pages across all of social media. So don't miss a minute. And while you're at it, make sure you're also subscribed to the Ring of Fire YouTube channel, which I have been hosting for many, many years now. We've got more than 1 million subscribers over there, and there is fresh content over there every single day of the week. So again, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to this channel, and while you're at it, go subscribe to Ring of Fire at youtube.com/The Ring of Fire and @FarronBalanced across every social media platform. That, of course, is not considered just a far-right hellscape. Well, maybe Twitter is, but that's a story for a different day.